3 Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app. That's arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order?
The World Wrestling Federation, for over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Oh, it's live, Hal.
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never, ever end.
Everybody 3 count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Or maybe The Rock has got to beat Triple H himself, which means he's got to beat the game in the middle of the ring. And he has a $2 for a wife.
You're too damn selfish, and that's why you're sitting there with a bad leg, and that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
You guys talk about being students of the game. I am the game, JR.
3 ain't enough now. I need 5. Welcome in Jim, Ryan, Matt, Tim, and intern Mark.
Oh my goodness, what do we do? There's a 1. There's a 2. Oh!
Wow.
Well, you can take that brass ring and shove it up your ass.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 Count Thursday on a 2 Count Tuesday. Don't try and figure out the days this week. It's only going to make your head hurt. But it's WrestleMania week. We are here on a special Tuesday night, April the 6th, 2021. We are still the podcast of the millennium, and we are glad you are joining us. If you do interact with us, give the video a like and a share. We'd appreciate that. We already got Devin in here with us. What's going on, Devin? We are here to predict NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver the next 2 nights on USA and Peacock and the network. It's all over the place, but make sure you go to 3countthursday.com. You'll find all of our social media links, our merchandise at whatamaneuver.net.
What a maneuver.
Thank you. We didn't have Tim here to do it. We have our Patreon page, patreon.com/3countthursday. Our home network, of course, NGSE Sports at ngscsports.com. And our secondary network, the Leap Sports and Music Network at leapsports.com. Ryan, again, you want to hit this one?
Yeah, we could do that. It's leeibsports.com.
Thank you. Let's start here since we do have a guest with us. It's been a while since he's graced our airwaves, the mad scientist of sports, Nick Ficarelli. Nick,
How you doing?
How you doing, boys? How's everything going? Jim, I missed you so much.
Sure. No, we have missed having you on with us, and obviously for those that follow us on Facebook, you are no stranger to the 3 Count Thursday world. So we are glad to have you here with us on this Tuesday night. Let's go to intern Mark. Intern Mark,
How you doing?
Hi, boys. I'm doing real good. It's Tuesday, my favorite day of the week.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, boys. I'm doing really good.
Mark, what besides, of course, the great Podecker celery, what was good this week at Roots?
I'll tell you what was great this week. Now, across the street at the flea market, there was a guy there that had a bunch of banana boxes set up. Now, typically, when you see banana boxes, I don't usually go over there. It's usually stuff you can buy at the Dollar Tree. But this week, a guy had dozens, and I mean dozens of banana boxes, and a sign that said 50 cents to $1 for anything in the box. Well, now, unfortunately, I didn't find it, but my younger brother, Matt, was there. He found several wrestling figures, including Zeus. Remember Zeus from No Holds Barred?
He found the Zeus.
He found the Zeus and a Great Khali and a Jimmy Hart and Harley Race.
Oh, he found them in those boxes.
In the banana boxes, they're 50 cents each.
I saw a picture of the LJ. It's an LJ and Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, it is. LJ
That's a hell of a good grab.
Heck of a grab right there, I'll tell you. So that was exciting. You never know what's going to be in those banana boxes.
You never do. You certainly never do. Matt, back from your vacation last week down at the beach.
How you doing?
I'm back. Today was first day back to work, so I'm doing all right. But I'm looking forward to, 26 straight days of wrestling. So
give or take a day or two, I think is what we're up to now. Hopefully well rested. If you're not well rested, then Godspeed to you.
Matt, you look tan.
No, thanks.
Ryan.
How you doing?
We're doing real good. Yeah, we kicked off WrestleMania week yesterday. We're currently, I don't even know if you want to say missing the Hall of Fame. So you know what? We're gonna podcast tonight, and that's going to be our wrestling thing. And I'll click on the Hall of Fame and maybe bebop around, skip a little bit, but it's really nothing I need to watch.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched the Hall of Fame. This year the speeches they're cut down to like between 3 and 5 minutes.
Like, that's attractive to me.
Sure. It's still, I believe, according to the network schedule, 4 hours long because there's 2 classes. So like,
oh, right. Okay.
You know what I mean? It's both classes plus presenters. So, I mean, even if those speeches are 3 minutes long.
Yeah, it's fair.
It adds up. It adds up. Like, I'm sure you'll see clips. They'll be airing clips tomorrow night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
That's all I need.
Night, next Tuesday night. So I think we'll see what we need to see.
I'm assuming they'll trot them out at WrestleMania. They usually do that too.
Yeah. I would imagine,
and they can do a class a night. That's all I just need to see them. I guess I don't even give a crap. Yeah, I'm not watching. Who am I?
Yeah, I'd imagine they would trot the one class.
As long as Mr. T cuts off pain during his speech, we'll be all good.
Be all right.
That I hope that happens. But we only have 2 items today. I'm going to do this today and on our show Friday night. Remember, we're not live on Thursday this week. We are live on Friday night, 9 o'clock. As we predict WrestleMania, but I'm going to keep our On This Day segment with birthdays and just WrestleMania NXT stuff, but there was only one today. On this day! The great Peter Maivia was born today in 1937, and then, of course, on this day! 2014 WrestleMania 30 took place from the Superdome in New Orleans in front of 75,167. The show had a buy rate of 690,000, but it was, of course, the first pay-per-view broadcast on the WWE Network. The tagline for the show, Ryan, was "Let the Good Times Roll." The show featured 1 pre-show match, 7 main card matches, of course, featuring the ending of The Undertaker's undefeated streak, and the main event, Daniel Bryan beating both Randy Orton and Batista to become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So those were the big event that occurred April the 6th. So we are here, of course, to predict NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, which tomorrow night, USA, Peacock, and the WWE Network. Thursday night, Peacock and the WWE Network only. But before we get to the actual prediction, since I had a question of the week scheduled, and then Ryan on last week's show had came up with a question idea, we decided, well, we're doing 2 shows this week, let's do 2, the 3 count question of the week. And Ryan, this one was yours. Do you want to intro it, or do you want me to?
I don't remember it, Jim.
Of course you don't.
You didn't send out the notes today. What we were going to cover. This is on you again.
I didn't. I did fail us on that, so I apologize.
So how would I know what the question of the week is?
Well, I mean, I did post it to the social media. If you do pay attention to those things, right? I mean,
yeah. Sure. So I think the question of the week was, who? I'm going to read along the bottom here. Who is the one wrestler that you've never liked?
Good job.
Please like and share the broadcast. It was a perfect timing for the scroll to start.
Perfect. It's almost
real
like
good.
So, Ryan, since it's your question, do you want to start us off with a wrestler that you have never liked?
Yeah, sure. I kind of have a past wrestler and a present wrestler queued up. A wrestler that just never did anything for me, and I don't know, maybe even what the gimmick was. Greg the Hammer Valentine just never did anything for me.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Valentine. Didn't care for you. Just nothing. And currently, I'm going to stick with Baron Corbin. Just not a Baron Corbin fan.
But, I mean, he
Not
does
a King
have the
Corbin
greatest
fan.
music in wrestling history, right? As Scotty would tell us.
Scotty would say that repeatedly. It's all right. I like it before they added all the King bullshit to it.
Well,
it was better then.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we were probably a little past Hammer Valentine prime as well. I would probably play that into a little bit. I mean, the guys on the bottom here, they probably remember. Well, they might remember Greg the Hammer Valentine's debut. I know they remember his prime, but yeah, I mean that's definitely one that I wouldn't say I disliked him, but he never necessarily connected with me. We'll go next to our guest Nick. Who is one superstar that you have never liked?
Well, if we're gonna do past and present, now, yes, I am older than dirt than on this podcast. If I have to go to the past, I would have to say, and this will be a shock to a lot of people, but Chief Jay Strongbow. I just never got the allure of Chief Jay. I mean, granted, he was like one of the top baby faces of his time. But to me, just very limited offense with a gimmick that you knew there was going to be a comeback, a war dance, a couple of chops, and then end of match. And, you get a lot of, to me, it just didn't do anything for me. And in the present, Austin Aries. I just got one word, jackass.
Ooh, yeah, that one's easy.
I can co-sign that.
Yeah. A lot of people can probably co-sign the a disdain and dislike for that guy, no doubt. Charlie here has JEFFJARRE Jeff Jarrett. Never liked.
Oh wow,
Jeff Jarrett. Ain't I great? Intern Mark, who's a superstar you've never liked?
Well, let's see. Going back to the old school, I don't remember Greg the Hammer Valentine's debut, but I do remember him wrestling a 30-minute draw against Jake the Snake Roberts at a house show. Boy, that was a barn burner. But, I'd have to say wrestler I never liked was Tito Santana. I know he was a fan favorite, and I liked him a little more when he's in Strike Force. But the El Matador, and just not really a fan. Sorry, Tito.
It's all right.
Arriba.
He'll forgive you. He's a nice guy. We met him once.
He's a nice fella.
He'll forgive you. Matt. Sorry, I cut you off, Mark. Are you done?
I got to do the present day. Probably Ginger Mahal. Ginger.
Ginger Mahal.
Ginger Mahal. Or Ginger.
He was on the remake of Gilligan's Island, wasn't he?
He was. They were just about to get off the island, and Gilligan screwed it up.
You're never a Jinder guy, huh? 3-man band, world champion run, just never did it for you.
Just not a fan. I appreciate his work, especially as a heel and as the champion, but I wasn't necessarily a fan. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ginger Mahal. I like Marianne better.
Yeah.
Cream pies. She was cute. Marianne was cute. Matt, who's a wrestler you've never liked?
Mr. I would say if we're going I would go back to Attitude Era is when I kind of got first into it, and a wrestler that never really did it for me then, and I don't like to speak ill of the dead, was the Big Boss Man. The most entertaining thing was when he drove Big Show's get away on chains, and that even that was more funny for the Big Show aspect of it. And currently, I will stick with the Sheamus answer for wrestler that just does nothing for me. Even though I did enjoy the match at the last pay-per-view, he just that doesn't cancel out all the terrible
baddie stuff.
and all the Irish puns and names for his moves.
Yeah, Sheamus is the top of my list, but I wanted to mix it up.
That's good. Charlie says currently he would say Moose. I'm not a Moose guy. Currently, just trying to think of like because I had a current one in my mind. Just trying to think of in the past and like bringing. Like unfortunately, this probably brings like current opinions to a past superstar, but like Val Venus.
Yeah, that's true.
If we're looking at past superstars, and then current, and I get the laughter queued up, the eye rolls queued up. The Young Bucks. I've never gotten it. I don't like
a great eye roll.
The super kick rockers. I just they're not for me. They've never been for me, and maybe it's because I've only really seen them a lot in AEW, and I was never in prior to that. But I don't know. They do nothing for me.
Naturally, Jim would say an AEW wrestler.
I mean, when you know.
I mean, you have Braun Strowman on the list, and you let the Choo Choo Man slide.
Well, I mean, but you said never liked.
All right, that's fair.
I did enjoy like Braun before when
you
looked like a legit badass when he should have been champion 3 years ago or whatever.
That's a good point.
They didn't make him. If we're talking about somebody we never liked, because I mean, there's plenty of superstars across wrestling that I don't like now.
Yeah, no, the Young Bucks are definitely your right answer. Like, it's not wrong. I've known you for a long time.
You guys have known me for years, and I have never been a Bucks guy.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
And I'm not saying like and I'm not sitting here saying that they're bad wrestlers, that they suck in the ring, whatever, because I'm not. It's just they do absolutely zero for me.
That's fair.
Devin has Al Snow as somebody that he has never been a fan of. So, for those that responded to the question, we appreciate that. And now to the real reason that we are here. It is 2 nights, just like WrestleMania this upcoming weekend, but NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver begins tomorrow night. We'll still be on the USA Network, but we'll also be on Peacock in the US, the WWE Network everywhere else. Looking over the 2 cards, I saw a tweet the other day that was like, that some people are like, I'm like afraid that because like this card is so stacked that like you're almost putting an unrealistic level of expectation on how good this show is going to be. So like everybody's like afraid that it will not saying that it's going to be bad, but like will under deliver just because of how strong the card is. And can it deliver to the level that it looks on paper? But let's go to it. We'll start with the singles match, Pete Dunne versus Kushida. Now I did get Tim's picks. Tim will not be with us this week because he has like 14 other podcasts to do this week. So he is bowing out of 3 count this week, which is totally fine. But he and I both have Kushida winning this one. Kind of a tough match to pick because like they've been doing a lot of great stuff with Pete Dunne, but they've really been doing Kushida well, and really I think maybe for the first time he is looking like a legit contender, not only in the like North American title scene, but possibly even for the NXT title. So me and Tim, we both have Kushida winning. Ryan, will go to you.
I have Pete Dunne winning. I think him kind of losing his buddies in Team 1-2 he's going to hurt him a little bit. So I think we need to reestablish him I think it's going to be easier for Kushida to right the ship in the U.S. title hunt through like Rumble or Gauntlet match, where Pete Dunne, I think, losing this match would do more harm than good. So I'll say Mr. Pete Dunne in an incredibly tough match to pick.
Very good. Matt, how about you?
I also think Pete Dunne, just because I think that it makes more sense at this point to keep the belt on him. Just keep more build on Kushida at this point.
This isn't a title match.
Oh.
He doesn't have
What?
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah, this is just a regular singles.
Oh. Well then.
It can be for the Pokemon Championship.
Thank you.
Got to catch them all.
But you have Dunne winning.
Yes, Dunne still winning.
Intern Mark.
The imaginary belt.
Very good. Intern Mark.
Let's see. It's Kushida and Stephen Dunn. Is that from Well Done?
From Well Done.
Team Well Done. I think I'm going to put Mr. Dunn over. I think he's going to win the match. I think, I'm going to go with Dunn. Even though that Kushida could really use a win, but I think we're going to see. Mr. Dunn take it.
Now, is Kushida related to Cheater?
They're cousins.
Yes, first cousins.
Nick, who do you got? Pete Dunne or Kushida?
I'm going to go with Kushida on this one. They need to pull the trigger. I mean, he's put on some solid matches, but, when he lost clean to Gargano in the North American Championship match a couple of weeks back, and it was clean. I was like, what are they doing here? And you actually see what's happening, though, in the arc of this character. He's starting to snap a little bit. So I'm starting to think that he's going to go ape crap on Pete Dunne. And it's going to be a banger of a match. I just think they have to pull the trigger now because, if Kushida were to lose another big match, what are they going to do with him? It's a question that you really have to ask. So I'm going with Kushida.
Devin and Charlie both have Pete Dunne winning this one. So then we go to the triple threat tag team match for the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships. MSK taking on the Grizzled Young Vets, taking on Legado del Fantasma. Tim has the Grizzled Young Vets coming out, your new champions, and I actually have, although I feel like it might be a little premature on them, I actually have MSK winning. With them coming in, winning the Dusty Classic. Unfortunately, you have to vacate the tag titles and might as well keep this positive momentum going, and then coming out of that, then you can go to whatever feud you want to put them in. So Nick, we'll go back the other way. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go Grizzled Young Veterans. I mean, I thought they would pull the trigger on them in the Dusty Classic. Did not expect MSK to get the rub right off the bat. I mean, GYV, they just impress night in, night out when they're in the ring. And, if they don't win this title match, I got a funny feeling that we're going to be in for a very, very long program with GYV and MSK leading up to the next TakeOver, which I believe will be at SummerSlam. So it's going to as much as I would love to see MSK win, you got to put the straps on GYV.
Very good. Intern Mark.
Are we spelling it because children are listening? We don't want them to know what we're saying.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Machine Gun Kelly. I like their collaboration with Black Bear.
Jesus.
I'm going to go with
spending too much time on TikTok, Mark. You need a break.
I'll tell you what. If any of you guys have TikTok, you know how addicting it is. It's terrible, especially at night. You go to bed, and you sit there and you watch TikToks, and it's 3 a.m. before you know it. It's bad.
I don't know anything about it.
I'll have to take your word for it on that one, my friend.
It's real bad in a good way. But so let's go with Machine Gun Kelly. I'm looking forward to this match, this triple threat. I feel it's Machine Guns Kelly's time, and I'd like to see them inducted in the Hall of Fame class of 2022.
Ridiculous.
Matt.
I'm also going to take the same team as Mark, MSK. Just because I always support the former guests of the show, and I think there's enough momentum with these guys right now that it keep that storyline going, see their success, see how fast they can rise here, and they're a fun team to support.
Ryan.
Yeah, I originally wrote down MSK, but hearing everybody's reasonings for MSK, as I think the reason, like Nick had said, the build will be better if we give it to the grizzled young vets and have MSK chase. The money's in the chase, so have them come up close, real close. The grizzled young vets, they're the veterans of the ring. They'll do one small dastardly deed, grab the championships, and then we'll see MSK chasing after it. Legado del Fantasma is a great tag team, but I don't think they're ready for the straps yet. So it's a two-man race, MSK, Grizzled Young Vets. So I will change my pick and say Grizzled Young Vets.
Very good. Devin has MSK. Charlie has the Rascals. MSK. William checking in with us. William, how's it going, man? Yeah, if you're following along with us here in the video, let us know who you think are going to win the matches, and give the video a like and a share. Scotty says MSK definitely winning. So
Scotty's here. Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Hi, Scotty.
Then we go to a 6-man gauntlet eliminator match to determine the number one contender for the NXT North American Championship on night 2. You have Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, Dexter Loomis, and L.A. Knight. Tim has Dexter Loomis. And I was kind of going between Cameron Grimes and the guy who I'm officially putting in as my pick, and that is L.A. Knight. I feel like you have a new star in the mix. A lot of people know him. A lot of people love him. When you're putting that match on USA, I think that can maybe attract some people to jump on that $250 a month for 4 months deal on the Peacock, and if they're not there already, and go ahead and purchase and watch night 2. And so I like LA Knight to get in the match on night number 2. Ryan.
Yeah, I hear what you're doing. I think out of everybody in here, the person that would make sense the most is Dexter Loomis with his history from with The Way and Johnny Gargano. I don't like him to win it, but I could see if they go that route. I will go Cameron Grimes will win this, take it to the moon. I think it's marketable. I think people like it. And for the same reason you had said LA Knight, I think that could entice people to carry over and watch night 2.
Right on the cock.
Matt.
I would pick LA Knight, but I still hate that stupid name so much that I can't support picking him to win this match. So
can we get an LA Knight sound effect, please, Jim? Is that I'm sure we can isolate.
Sure. Let me write that down. Get LA Knight sound effect. Got it.
So I do think he will ultimately win the match, but since I am refusing to pick him, I will keep in my theme of picking former guests of the show, and we will pick Isaiah Scott.
All right, there we go. Kobe. Intern Mark, we did get we got a high mark in the comment.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I can't see the comments, so hello. So I think I'm going to go with Travis Scott winning this, because he really, when I saw him in Baltimore when he opened for Rihanna, he blew the roof off that arena. And I didn't know he's such a talented wrestler. And I liked when he used to come out to the Michael Jackson song on the Indies.
What the hell is even that?
So I'm going to go with Travis Scott.
Nick,
He had a good McDonald's meal there for a few months too.
How the hell am I supposed to follow that with the prediction?
we ask that question every week. Welcome to
Anyway.
3 Count Thursday.
Anyway, my head says LA Knight for whatever reason. New guy coming in. The former Eli Drake, gift for the gab, great in the ring. But in my heart, and this is my prediction, I'm going to go with Swerve Scott. I mean, the guy is so due. He puts in the work. He did his turn. And if everybody remembers his run and evolve, when he became champion and the mean streak that he has in the ring, besides being the high flyer, man, he can do so. Him and Gargano for the championship on night 2 would be absolutely probably match of the night. So I got to go with Swerve.
Very good. Very good. Let's see. We have Scotty says Loomis is winning, as does Devin. He says Dexter is winning. And that's the new star that lost to Bronson Reed. I guess it's LA Knight. I missed NXT the last couple weeks, so
I did too.
If that's the case, that's the case. Then we go to the singles match for the NXT UK Championship. Walter, the champion, taking on Tommaso Ciampa. This match should be
tomato chips.
This match should be fantastic. Tim and I both have Walter retaining. I would be legitimately shocked if the title changes hands here, because I don't know how long Walter's over here and when he's going back to the UK, and maybe they'll have Ciampa go to the UK for a little while and defend it there. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but I personally don't see it happening. But yeah, Tim and I both have Walter. Nick, so you don't have to follow Mark. We'll go back your way.
Sorry.
This one, it was probably the easiest pick for me on the card. It's going to be Walter. The one thing that I will definitely say about this match is, if anybody watched the NXT UK match between Walter and Dragunov, I see this match going that way, but even more in a brutal sense. And this match actually scares me a little bit. The reason why is because we know Walter can go strong style, even a little bit of King's Road when he's in the ring. Again, Dragunov match. I don't know how Tommaso's body will handle Walter's beating, especially, we all know about the neck issues. So, to be honest with you, this is going to be another banger of a match, but the winner to me is clear cut on this, Walter, but I do fear for Tommaso's safety.
Yeah, for sure. Want to watch out for them heavy chops. Intern Mark, who do you got?
All right, I got to go with Walter. I think this match could potentially be the match of the 2 nights, the one everybody's still talking about. Maybe not for being a classic, but I think it's going to be brutal, and I think it's going to be very good. And I see Walter retaining.
Very good. Matt, how about you?
Yes, I will also pick Walter here, just because I don't see Ciampa matching up with this. It wouldn't make sense to me for any type of storyline to have Ciampa come out victorious. And can I get Tomato Champs one more time, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Tomato chips.
Ryan.
Sounds right. That sounds right.
Ryan, who do you got?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for Ciampa to win this. It really doesn't. I guess there's nowhere written like you have to be an NXT UK superstar to be the champion over there. So I guess it could happen.
Could.
Excuse me. But
anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Sure. It's not written in the stars, I don't think, for Ciampa. Cool little sidebar. 4 years ago, I think yesterday, was really Walter's big break in the United States, and really put on the map at the Joey Janela first ever spring break, where he wrestled PCO in just a brutal match. And I mean, PCO's chest was just bleeding. I mean,
It's
instantly bruised.
literally this color purple.
It was unreal, right? I remember that match. I watched it live. It blew my mind. It was something I've never seen before, and that officially introduced me to Walter. And I feel like it introduced a lot of United States wrestling fans to more of that British strong style and Walter, personally. So great match. I think Mark's right. It could steal the entire night, probably the 2 nights. But Walter wins here.
For sure. We got Devin has Walter, and we have a Walter as the as victor here. And the final match on night number 1, Io Shirai defending the NXT Women's Championship against Raquel Gonzalez. Look, Io's had a fantastic run with the title. Actually, I think it's cut off a little bit. But Raquel wins or we riot. That's where I stand. Raquel wins or we riot. Ryan.
Seconded. She should win this.
100%. Matt.
Yeah, hands down. Raquel needs to win the belt here.
Intern Mark.
I've got to go Big Mammy Cool. Raquel's got to take it.
No doubt. And Nick, how about you?
I guess I'll be the odd man out on this one. I just got a funny feeling that Io Shirai is going to retain and continue her dominant run as champion. I think it's a little early. This is just my opinion. I think it's still a little early to put the belt on Gonzalez. Yes, she had that amazing match with Rhea Ripley, series of matches with Ripley, pretty much became the alpha female, in NXT, but you just cannot count out Shirai. I mean, she's an international superstar. She's fought big, small, doesn't matter. I really don't see the belt coming off her just yet.
While I can somewhat agree that it may seem a little early with Raquel, I just feel like this is the perfect storm. You've had a women's champion for the better part of a year. I mean, I think it goes back to June of last year, if memory serves correctly. I think it was TakeOver in your house, which if I remember correctly was June. So you've had a long-term champion. You have a clear rising star. You did the tag team titles. You move the titles off of her and Dakota Kai right away. So it's like I feel like everything like Ryan I think said before. This one may actually be written in the stars. I'm not sure. But
I also feel for like the past takeover or two, we've kind of been like Shirai's her run's probably going to come to an end here tonight, and we've been wrong.
Sure,
show in and show out. So I wouldn't be shocked if they double down and Io wins here, and I wouldn't be surprised, Jim. I don't think it's going to happen. It wouldn't shock me.
I mean, again, anything can happen.
What you could do, Jim, what you could do with this, though, is if Raquel does happen to lose night 1, the following Tuesday, when they premiere on a Tuesday night, you could make that your big story on Tuesday, on the premiere of the Tuesday night episodes of NXT, and put the belt on Raquel there. And then you're going to see a feud, God help me for saying this, of Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai.
Yeah, certainly could be, because, if Dakota's out there, and by all accounts she should be for this matchup, if she plays in and is a factor as to why Raquel loses tomorrow night, then yeah, that could certainly be something we see there. Devin has Raquel. We have a great point here. Io tweeted the other day about the number of days she has been champion. That's as good as a death sentence. So we'll be curious to see what happens there. Any guys, before we take a quick break, any other thoughts on night number 1?
It's a great card, but when we go into night 2, you just gonna look at that card and it's just like the draw's gonna go like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it only gets better from here. So let's take a breather, let's take a pause, and let's hear from our sponsors. And when we come back, we look at night number 2 of NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app. That's arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis on all things sports. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, subscribe to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports, and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
Are you looking for a place to listen to your favorite music and sports? Look no further. WLSN, the Lead Sports and Music Network, is a web-based music and sports network. Our network was created to provide authentic, high-energy entertainment through live streaming to a national audience. We play popular music while hosting podcasts from all over the world. Curious? Check us out on the web at leebsports.com. That's LEEIB sports.com. Or find us on the TuneIn Radio app. Got Alexa? Just say, Alexa, play WLSN on TuneIn. WLSN is America's #1 blog-themed sports and music network.
Welcome back to Recount Thursday, live April the 6th, 2021. We are here on a Tuesday night because NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver is tomorrow night, Thursday night. And then we will be back live with you on Friday night as we predict WrestleMania. I'm sure we'll talk about the fallout from NXT TakeOver as we'll look ahead to the big weekend in WWE. We'll be back here, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or YouTube on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. No usual Thursday night broadcast this week. We'll be back to our Thursday night live show next week. So
and Friday's going to be great. You know what? Put on SmackDown, hit that mute key. You don't need to hear him talking. You know what's happening.
Exactly.
Put us on, listen to us. Watch SmackDown. I'm sure we'll talk about SmackDown. It'll be on a screen somewhere.
You don't need to hear Michael Cole. You don't. Graves. You don't need to hear him. You need to hear us. We're predicting WrestleMania. You can predict along with us. We'll react to SmackDown. It's gonna be a hell of a time. I got a special intro for Friday night, so you got to be here. You got to tune in with us. And again, Friday night, 9 p.m. second hour of SmackDown. It's gonna be a fun show. So we went through night number 1. Let's look at night number 2. Again, 5 matches for night number 2. We start with the tag team match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. The defending champs will defend against The Way, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Tim has Ember and Shotzi retaining. I think that this is you're almost kind of doing that hot potato thing with the tag team titles. I think it's going to be a big night for The Way. Maybe a little spoiler alert for a prediction a little later on the card. But I have The Way, Candice and Indy actually picking up the tag team championships in this one. So we'll go to you, Ryan.
Yeah, a little spoiler for later in the night. I don't think it's going to be a very big Way night. I don't think things are going to bounce their way very often.
Ooh.
So I have Team Black Moon or Moon Heart or Moon Heart. Moon
What
Jump.
did Tim
Team Black Moon, maybe? I'm not Moon Black? Heart Moon?
Moon
Heart?
Black Moon. Tim called him Team Black Moon.
Team Black Moon? Yeah.
Black Moon.
There's no need in moving that belt 3 times within like 1 month. So let's not do that.
Very good. Matt.
Agreed. I think that this makes the most sense for I don't like, what was it, Black Moon? I don't like that. Team Shots Ember will get the win.
Sure, we got to come up with a good name. For them. Intern Mark.
Well, I really like the Way. I'm a big Way fan, and but I don't think they're going to take the title off of Amber and Shotzi. So I'm going to say that Amber and Shotzi are going to retain.
Very good. Nick, how about you?
Show me the way. Show me the way to another loss for Candice and Indy. You can't play hot potato. This is not the main roster. You need to keep the belts on your champions for more than 3 weeks to a month. It's got to be Shotzi and Ember holding on to the belts.
I agree.
Very good. Devin also has Shotzi and Ember. Then we go to a ladder match to determine the undisputed cruiserweight champion, Santos Escobar versus Jordan Devlin. Devlin, the cruiserweight champion, Escobar, the interim cruiserweight champion. So we kind of got that HBK Razor Ramon vibe to this one. I always like that. So Tim and I both have as Escobar coming out on top here. Love what he's been doing, in this role, and I hope it continues beyond tomorrow night. So Tim and I both have Santos Escobar as your new undisputed cruiserweight champion. Nick.
I'm going to go with Jordan Devlin. You can't go against the Irish Ace. You cannot. If anybody watches OTT wrestling on YouTube and you see some of the matches that he has put out there, they have been absolutely awesome. And, everybody's going to be picking Escobar because he's going to have his 2 goons by his side and, somehow play their way into the match, try to cost them the championship. I got a funny feeling it's going to be the other way. They're going to accidentally cost Escobar the championship, and Devlin's going to win it, and Devlin's going to be undisputed champion.
All right. Intern Mark.
So we got it's Pablo Escobar against Jordan Grace.
Yes.
Yes,
that's exactly what we had.
An intergender match. I think Pablo is going to take it just to make sense that a man's going to beat a woman in this match. Nothing against Jordan Grace.
Come on.
You're picking against Jordan Grace.
Unbelievable.
Way out of line. Way out of line.
Wait until she hears about this. She still watches the show.
She watches the show. She's going to be she's texting me right now. I'm sorry, Jordan. I think it's going to be Pablo Escobar's night.
Hmm.
I'm sorry to upset you. I got to.
I'll award you no points, and may God have mercy on you.
Damn it. Now she's blocked me.
Oh, you kind of deserved it. You kind of asked for that.
Yeah, you asked for that, buddy.
Matt, who do you got here?
I'm glad I get to follow that one. So I am going to go with Jordan Devlin, just to make up for Mark picking against Jordan Grace for no other reason than that.
Perfect. I can't think of many better reasons to pick that. Ryan.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed the build to this match. Like you said, it's very reminiscent of the old HBK angle. And the match really got sold to me when HBK involved himself, and a couple NXT episodes ago just came down and slid the ladder in between the two of the feuding guys. Didn't say a single word. And just pointed up. It was brilliantly done. So kudos to NXT for really selling this match to me that way. But I have Santos Escobar walking out your undisputed. Santos, close.
Santos.
Pablo's a little different, Mark.
My bad.
Slightly different guy.
Devin has Escobar as well. Sidebar, Hall of Fame going on tonight. Were you guys aware that William Shatner is 90 years old?
Wow.
No way.
Didn't know that.
I actually looked it up. He just turned 90 in March. I would not have guessed that William Shatner is 90 years old.
Wouldn't have guessed it.
What do you know William Shatner from, Jim? Like,
I mean,
there has to be a show Shatner from.
I mean, I didn't watch Star Trek, but that's what I always connect him to.
Okay.
Is there? What do you want?
I connect him to the awful reality type show Rescue 911.
Oh,
he was the host of Rescue 911. I never watched Star Trek. Loved that show. That's where my mind goes. William Shatner, Rescue 911.
I think
I hear the theme in my head.
I'll show my age. T.J. Hooker.
There you go.
Okay.
See, I don't think I connect him necessarily. I think I just remember him doing guest appearances on a lot of different things. But yeah, I mean, the easy connection. Now, Mark, start. Were you a Trekkie? I don't even know.
I wasn't so much. I liked William Shatner. When didn't he play Darth Vader? I kind of
yes.
People love when you confuse Star Trek and Star Wars. They love that.
They absolutely love that.
I never was a Trekkie. Star Trek has way too many loose ends for me. I mean, it's a great show, but there's way too many loose ends. And but I remember Rescue 911. That's probably where I know Shatner the most from as well.
Yeah.
That was
I forgot about that show. My
Mondays
God.
or Tuesday nights. Boy, it was kind of. They always had a little cliffhanger before they went to commercial.
Reenactments of horrible events.
Oh, it was terrible.
Since we're talking about old shows and with everybody having, or most people having Peacock now,
Right on the cock.
The old Unsolved Mysteries is on there with the creepy announcer guy,
Robert Stack.
Yeah, so you can I've fallen into the trap of watching a couple of old episodes because you can browse the series, but they also have the live channels along the left side. Unsolved Mysteries is one of the live channels on Peacock.
Unsolved Mysteries also happens to be on Discovery Plus.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Well, I know Mark has Discovery Plus because of the 90 days.
Why ever. That's one of my favorite bills of the month, paying Discovery Plus. I use a gold pen, I sign the check.
The new release, Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, was trash. Didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I watched about 6 minutes of it and just
couldn't get into it. Didn't have the narrator voice.
Yeah. I didn't know how crucial Robert Stack was to that show. Okay. We
on the Pluto app, you can get Unsolved Mysteries channel if you have Pluto. That's free TV. Pluto, like the planet.
That is. I think I have that app on my smart TV. All right, we continue through night number 2. Singles match for the NXT North American title. You of course have Johnny Gargano defending against the Gauntlet Eliminator winner from night number 1. So for me, that was LA Knight. But I said earlier, I thought it's going to be a big night for the Way. So I have Johnny Gargano retaining the North American title here. Ryan, I think we're going back your way this time.
Sure. I have Cameron Grimes winning here and taking the championship to the moon. I think Gargano's done enough. He doesn't need a championship.
All right, Matt, how about you?
For, I'd say, 17 consecutive NXT pre-shows, I've said this is where Gargano will put someone over because he is going to make his main roster debut, and why break that streak now? So, Gargano is losing to Swerve, and we will see him debut on main roster on one of the 17 days after WrestleMania where we're still watching live wrestling.
Very good. Intern Mark.
I think Johnny Gargano is going to retain, and I'm going to make a bold prediction. I don't think Johnny's ever going to leave NXT, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I think he's just going to remain in NXT.
That honestly wouldn't surprise me, and I'm okay with it. Like I think there's guys that don't need to make the move to Raw or SmackDown. I still say that Robert Roode was one of them, and I will stand by that. But that is a bold prediction, and I like where you're at. Nick.
I'm going to say Gargano retains in another TakeOver Classic that he's so very well known for. And I agree with it on Mark. I just don't see him leaving NXT. I still think he's got one more championship run in him, because if you think about it, when he held the NXT championship, it wasn't a very long run at all. And I think if the way is going to get completely over, it's got to be with Johnny Wrestling winning the NXT championship. Now, against whom, I don't know. I would love to somehow see. I'm not going to spoil what I might pick.
All right, we continue here to the unsanctioned match. I'm not sure if do they do the lights off here? I can't remember.
Maybe.
But Adam Cole, Bay against Kyle O'Reilly. Tim has O'Reilly. Oh, I missed. Devin had Dexter from the night before, carrying over, winning on night number 2. Tim has Kyle O'Reilly winning, and I have Adam Cole, Bay, picking up the victory. You know, and I mean, if you're looking at Cole as, you know, the asshole, the dickhead that turned on his brothers, you know, I think that having him come out as the victor in this makes him look even more of a badass asshole, you know, jerk, and it gives some more sympathy to O'Reilly and what is left of the Undisputed Era. So that's why I went with Cole. Nick, who do you got here?
If there's a wrestler that is going to be going up to the main roster, it's Adam Cole. And I think this is the blow-off match for Adam Cole to be either on Raw or SmackDown next week. And I think O'Reilly's going to win. If this is anything like their Ring of Honor Classic, where Cole's like lip was literally like coming off his face, I will be ecstatic. And yeah, I got O'Reilly, and I think this is good. This is Cole's sayonara from NXT.
All right. Intern Mark.
Same. I'm thinking Kyle O'Reilly is going to. I think he's going to take it, and then Cole's going to show up on Raw, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it, baby.
Good. Matt.
Yeah. I mean, how can you go against it when you have the O'Reilly Auto Parts song? So yeah, you sold me, Mark. I had Adam Cole initially, but I'm changing my pick now to Kyle O'Reilly.
Matt, you'll get a 10% discount on your next tune-up.
Good to know.
It's a hell of a deal.
Where is the closest O'Reilly? Is there even anyone in Central Pennsylvania? I have no idea.
I don't believe so.
It doesn't. It's worth the drive.
Okay. spend 2 tanks of gas to get to the thing to get 10% off a tune-up.
It's $7.
Right.
The nearest O'Reilly Auto Parts store. There was one in Bedford, Pennsylvania,
There might
and
be
one
near
in
Tim.
Chester, Virginia.
There you go.
I don't know where anybody lives, but those are the two closest O'Reillys to us, and that is also my pick. So I will go with O'Reilly here. I don't really know what happens to Cole after this, though. Like, a loss doesn't do Cole much good. I'm in the camp that you guys might have been in for Johnny Gargano. I could see Cole never leaving NXT to move up. I see Cole going to AEW before he goes up to the main roster, honestly. So I don't know what happens to the Bebe man.
When they compare Cole to Shawn Michaels as much as they do in the last 18 months, and Shawn Michaels wasn't a big guy. I mean, Shawn Michaels had the charisma and had the star power. You look at Adam Cole, and I'm not going to say Shawn Michaels 2.0, but pretty damn close to it.
For sure.
And what do you call, if he goes up and if Vince screws that up, then
I mean, he's the wrong side of 30, though. Actually, maybe he's not. I don't know how old Cole is. Actually, I shouldn't say that.
I think he is 34.
I think he's older than he is. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, look that up real quick. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an easy connection to make that.
Yeah, he's 31. He's fine. He's 31.
Oh, he's safe.
A lot of tread left.
A lot of Devin has O'Reilly, but he also says that he thinks Strong will get involved. I think it's an easy connection to make that Cole could end up in AEW, but I tend to agree, shockingly enough, with Nick on this one, that I think WWE, the way that they have been building him and positioning him, I think they realize that they have somebody that it doesn't, and the notion of size that doesn't, I think, need to be anything super important like it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So if you have somebody that's that good, that's that charismatic, I think he can be super successful, and I think they know what they have with him. So we have
Adam real quick. Adam Cole tweeted, "Today is the start of my 13th year as a pro wrestler. April 6th will always be special," and he couldn't think of a better way to celebrate his 13th year than #unsanctioned. So happy 13 years in the business to Adam Cole.
There you go. Then we go to the main event, the final match of night number 2. Finn Balor defending the NXT championship against Karrion Kross. The God's honest truth for Tim not being here is he just didn't want to have to go through the agonizing tension of picking somebody for this matchup in front of a live audience. So he did end up saying that he thinks Karrion Kross is going to win, but he has agonized it over for a while. I also agree. I think Kross is going to get the title back that he had won before, and then had to vacate due to injury. And I think too, I think they're kind of positioning him to be a big star in NXT, and then eventually beyond. Where that leaves Finn Balor, I'm not 100% sure.
So you think he goes to Beyond after this?
Possibly. But you never know.
Down to the Indies again. It's weird.
This crazy world of wrestling, Ryan. But yeah, I think Kross is going to pick up the championship here. Ryan, we'll go to you.
Yeah, I do too.
Good.
The end. I agree.
Good.
He gets it back.
Matt.
I'm going to disagree with the three of you and say that Finn remains. Just because I don't like Karrion Kross.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
He's wearing a Finn Balor shirt.
He is. I should have seen that coming. Intern Mark.
Well, since we're in Easter season, I got to go with Kross.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, boys. I think Kross is going to take it. And I don't know where, like you said, Big Jim, I don't know where that's going to leave Finn Balor, but I think it's going to be Kross's night.
We're actually no longer.
Son of a bitch, Mark.
Easter season's past us now, Mark.
Well, I think depending, isn't there some type of Christianity that has Orthodox religion or something coming up next week?
Maybe I'm not 100% sure.
Ramadan.
Most people had off
Like
Easter Monday, so I guess you could call it Easter Tuesday, Thursday, whatever you want to call it.
Easter Tuesday,
Easter Wednesday, Easter Tuesday. Who the hell
it's
knows?
National New Beer's Eve too. So drink it up, boys. New Beer's Eve.
New Beer's Eve.
I didn't think that was a thing either.
Nick.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
I know. We deal with this every week, Nick.
I'm sorry, Nick.
Every
It's
week.
usually on a Thursday.
I know.
Usually on a Thursday. Tuesdays
He's still
are
riding that Roots Market high
am.
Tuesday, and he's out of control.
Mark, how many whoopie pies did you eat today?
I was good. I had one.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
I had an oatmeal chocolate chip whoopie pie.
If I can be serious for a moment.
Oh, Lance Storm.
I actually think Balor holds on to the belt. I'm going to agree with Matt on this one. And the reason why is because I got this feeling that Cross is going to be another person that's going to be moving up to the main roster. He's got the look. He's got the build. I think he's the guy that can go to either Raw or SmackDown and rule the roost for a very long period of time. And, if you take the belt off Finn and you put it on Cross, you better make Cross the ROH version of Samoa Joe title reign, or the Nigel McGuinness ROH version title reign, a very, very, very long title reign, because you cannot take the belt off him if you're going to keep him down in NXT for a long time. That's why, for me, I just got this feeling that Finn is going to win, and they're just going to bring Cross right up to the main roster, because people seem to forget when Cross signed, I believe it was 15 months ago, the rumor was that he was going to bypass NXT and go directly to the main roster, because that's how big of a star that Vince sees him to be. So I want to see what do you call this match. This was the match that has intrigued me since it was booked, and this is the match that has given me angst to pick. So,
yeah, and I mean, I would tend to think that that they would want it for him to be a long-term champion, because this NXT championship has almost seemed like cursed in a way over the past calendar year or so. It seems like every time somebody gets it, there's an injury, there's something that caused it to be vacated. So I think their hope would probably be that he would be a long-term champion, but I would kind of agree that if he loses, maybe he does go up and debuts at the Raw after Mania, even that because I don't and I hate kind of using this cliche, but what else is he going to do? I mean, he had won the championship, lost it. Now he's back to it. I thought we were going to, oddly enough, get him in a cruiserweight run there. He had that face off with Escobar a little while back, and I think that maybe it just was kind of get us thrown off the scent a bit, to him getting back to the NXT title. But for me, it's like, what else can he do? And he does have a really, if you look at the whole presentation with the entrance with him and Scarlett, and the way he's presented, he kind of has more of a WWE feel as opposed to an NXT feel. So maybe it is just something that they're like, look, this is gonna, he had his chance, he had his redemption, and did win the title, but here he comes, he's gonna make his mark, up on the main roster. Looking here, Devin has Cross winning. So,
well, like I said, if Cross wins, you can't take the belt off him after only after a 6-month reign. This has got to be a reign. This has got to be a reign of terror. One that goes for 2+ years.
I don't think that they ever intended on taking it off of him. I think you can look at what Finn Balor has done and his reign, and this should have all been the Cross reign had he not injured himself in the match and had to relinquish the belt the night after. I don't think it was ever intended to be a short reign at all. Obviously more than a day, but I don't feel like this was ever intended to be a short reign. I mean, from entrance to finish, he's the whole package with Scarlett. Oh my God. Like that's marketing. It's money. And Nick, you're right. It's money up on the main roster too. Like he's not a small boy. I don't think. I think he stands up well on the main roster too, size wise.
He's got the look. He's got the build. He's pretty much. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's like a cliche. The total package, but definitely not like Lex. But definitely not Lex Luger. But what I'm saying is, it's almost like you're in this. You're in the damned if you do and damned if you don't with Karrion Kross. Damned if you do, because then you look up and down the NXT roster. Who can really stand up to him and take the belt? That's why I was saying Samoa Joe, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson. I got to go back to the old ROH when those guys held the belt for like 2+ years.
Right.
There was like nobody, there was like nobody that can physically take the belt off him. And if you don't, all the shine on Karrion Kross in NXT loses its luster. It's like you sit there and you're like, really? You're going to make him lose? Then it's like a foregone, to me, would be a foregone conclusion that Jim's right. Wow, I can't believe I said that, but Jim's right. He's, what do you call it? Monday, Raw after Mania. You got to see him come out there because I can't see him going to SmackDown. I mean, SmackDown's got enough star power to last, to last for a while.
Right.
It's going to be, it's going to be Raw.
He feels like a Raw superstar. Like you look at like him and Damian Priest, they feel like Raw superstars, not SmackDown.
Exactly. And what do you call it? You also have to remember that, whatever happens with McIntyre, Lashley, whoever wins the belt there, they're going to need someone to like get right. That's going to have to get right into a feud. Who better than maybe Karrion Kross right off the bat? I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's built at 6'4", 265. So
right,
when you stand him up against the Raw roster, even the SmackDown roster, I mean, he's not going to not fit in. And
NXT doesn't have a history though either of like when they have the right champion in place. You can look at the women's division; they've done it right. I mean, Asuka was a long-standing terror. Shayna Baszler, a long reign. Io Shirai, a long reign. Almost to the point where it's like, who's left and who can beat these people? So, if they put it on Cross, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they give him that long title reign. Adam Cole had a long reign.
You missed one person, and this is where
Dallas.
Rhea for the women, Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Rhea Ripples, yeah.
Because when she won the belt, I was thinking that she was going to blow through Asuka's reign, and she only ended up holding the belt for only a couple months because Charlotte wants, Charlotte gets.
Sure.
So, I mean, but what do you call? This is a situation this is a very sticky situation that NXT shockingly has put itself in with Karrion Kross. I'm going to be very interested to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Finn Balor right now, 207 days as of today as NXT champion. Kross held it for 4. Then you had before that you had Keith Lee with 44 days, Adam Cole 403, Gargano had it for 57, Ciampa had it for 237. So like they do have relatively long reigns for the most part, but like I said, it's kind of been a championship that's been snake bit a little bit. But this is the one that I think has a lot of definitely a lot of intrigue to it, and it may tip their hand a little bit about direction for at least for one of the superstars coming out of this, depending who wins, depending who loses. We will obviously see that. That is Thursday night on Peacock and the WWE Network. So that is another reason why we are not going to be on our normal show. Before we kind of close things out here, guys, let's give a preemptive grade. What do you guys think will be the grade for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver both nights, the whole package? Nick, we'll start with you.
Yeah, if this gets less than an A, I will be stunned. This whole card from top to bottom is just, both nights is just jam packed. This is how you book. This is how you book a pay-per-view. This is how you do it, and you do it right. I don't think there has been a really bad NXT takeover since they started doing the takeovers, back in the day.
NXT TakeOver Philadelphia has just entered the chat. They'd like to.
Yeah, it's the one.
That's the one I always go back to. Great main event, but the show itself was tough. There's been some that haven't been as good as others, but there, with the exception of like Philly, maybe I think there may have been one more that really wasn't that great. But yeah, they usually do hit.
But everybody talks about Philly because of Andrade Gargano.
Right, the main event did redeem the hell out of that show.
Exactly. So, but these two nights, this is when you go perfection.
It should be. The card is stacked. Intern Mark, what do you think?
I'll tell you what it's like. You guys are reading my mind. The card's stacked. I really, same as I think if it's anything less than an A, I'm going to be very surprised. But I hope I'm not setting myself up for disappointment. But like you guys said, the takeover shows, and I was thinking the Philly show was, in my opinion, I'd give that a B plus, and that's about the worst grade I would ever give so far at takeover. And I hope that continues with an A show tomorrow. So I'm going to go with a solid A.
Very good. Matt, how about you?
I'll stick with right now a B plus, just so I can be even more entertained when it exceeds my expectations.
Ryan? I
am going the opposite of Mark and Matt, and thinking it can. I don't know what they will. They have to lay an egg, man. Wow. This card is, oh my goodness. It's got to be an A plus. It's got to be.
I will say A. I don't want to preemptively put it at an A plus. The card is absolutely stacked.
Now, does this show have Mike Tyson, or was that? I got confused.
I broke my back. Spinal.
Remember, they don't care about what the other side's doing. Remember
Right. They would never.
Remember, they don't care.
Right. Just to let you know, when I saw AEW was bringing in Mike Tyson for this Wednesday's Dynamite, I was like, oh man, that's cheap. That's just cheap.
You know what? I'm totally fine with it. It's funny, because it goes back to the thing. That's if you are talking competition, you are talking one company versus another. If you know that you're going to be, struggling somewhat for eyes on your product tomorrow night, why not, try and get something that is going to make people at least go, hey, what's going on over here? That's a good business.
Here's the thing, though, Jim. Jim, here's the thing. With the first night, you look at the card. Where do you put Tyson? I mean, the only place where I think they would put Tyson is during the 6-man gauntlet match, because to me that's like the weakest match on the card for night one.
Yeah, and you better hope you have a mole that's letting you know where on the card that is going to end up, because they're going to start strong, they're going to finish strong. Now it's a matter of where exactly does that point fall, on that card. Devin gives the show an A, a preemptive A as well. but yeah, I mean, it just kind of makes me chuckle because like, the back and forth like with fans has always been like, oh, AEW's doing their own thing, they don't care. And then they announced Tyson today. So it shows they do care, and that's a good thing. Like that's what a businessman should do. And when AEW has a big show and WWE, in the past, obviously because the NXT's moving, but like when they would make a big announcement of something coming on their Wednesday night show, that's what business people do. They create business. So smart move on them. We'll see, of course, how all of that plays out. Any other thoughts before we close out here, guys?
No.
All right, Nick, we'll start with you. Give a plug. Where can people follow you and keep track of you besides seeing us interact with each other on the 3 Count Thursday Facebook page?
Well, my name is Nick Piccarelli. I am formerly known as the Mad Scientist of Sports. If you want to listen to some good old sports talk content, just go on to Blog Talk Radio and look up my shows from back in the day. I did my podcast from 2012 to about 2018. Right now, you can find me as a special guest right here on 3 Count Thursdays when Jim graciously allows me into the room after I unabashedly go after him on a daily basis over anything and everything wrestling. I have my Twitter is NAF Sports 2020, and that's all I've got.
Very good. Well, it was glad to have you on, Nick. It was fun talking NXT with you. Intern Mark, what do you got?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give a. Something happened.
All right, I got us.
You lost Nick.
We're good.
We're okay.
We're okay. I didn't know you were going to drop out that quick.
He is gone. He got things to do.
I'm done.
Poor guy. He couldn't tolerate it.
He's getting the old fast lane.
You guys are. Oh, come on.
He is gone.
Thank you.
I want to give a happy birthday shout out to a friend of the show, Gillette. Today's Gillette's birthday. Happy birthday, Gillette. I hope you're listening, and I hope you had a great birthday.
Very good. Matt, what do you got?
Is that it, Mark? Were you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay. You seem like you weren't done. You seem disappointed.
Oh, no, I'm good. I can go on, but I better settle down.
That's fair.
Pace yourself. We have another show this week. Devin, see you, buddy.
I'll wait to plug everything on the Friday show. Until then, just have a good rest of the week, everyone.
Very good. Ryan, how about you?
Absolutely. Let's enjoy wrestling this week and celebrate everything. If you watch NXT, you watch NXT. If you watch AEW, that's fine. We're all wrestling fans. Let's just have a fun week.
All right. And
unless you like Goldberg, then go to hell.
Yeah, then
well, come on now.
Get the hell out of here. All right. We will talk to you guys again Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back here talking the fallout from NXT and looking ahead to WrestleMania. But make sure you follow us on 3 Count Thursday, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go to patreon.com/3 Count Thursday. Our collar and elbow brand deal. Use promo code 3Count for 10% off each and every order. You can also get all of our merchandise at whatamaneuver.net, our home network, NGSC Sports, and NGSCSports.com, our secondary home. Of course, the Leib Sports and Music Network, LEEIB Sports.com. Until Friday night, enjoy NXT TakeOver. Stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin. Three Count Thursday is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app. That's arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience. At your favorite sports venue, Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order?